It's not good when you go live and right before you go live you choke.
Oh no! Poor Tang. Hello.
Hi.
Hey guys.
We started a live video.
We sure did.
So we thought since Kevin is home today, and pandemic-y, everything is pandemic-y. We thought we would do a live question and answer, and so I hope that you have some questions, and I hope that if you do, we have some answers. But we thought
if not, we'll make something up.
Yeah, we'll just sit here and talk we'll ramble for a minute for you guys. But it looks like we sort of get the same questions over and over and over.
Yeah.
On a lot of our posts, so we thought maybe if we did a live video and then we'll save it and put it on Instagram. This is Instagram.
Yeah.
Put it on.
Put it back on Instagram.
YouTube.
Put it on YouTube.
That would answer a lot of the questions. Hey, from Texas, thanks for joining. So thank you so much. We think it's a beautiful house too, and it's gonna just get more and more beautiful.
I'm never going to be able to do this.
I know you have to be able to read.
Reading.
I will read the questions out loud, and you can answer the ones that
I won't know the answers either.
May said it's a beautiful house, and we appreciate that so
see that. Thank
much. Hey, Kat.
We're in our beautiful house here in Arkansas with
Forever.
a really loud birds.
Orlando is one of our favorite places. We went to Disney World for our honeymoon.
Sure did.
And we apparently will never get to go back there again.
No.
Orlando is closed for business.
And we went many, many, many times after.
Way too many times after. So many times. Yes, he loves it. So, Bianca says, were you always looking for a home to rehab?
We are always looking for a home to rehab. Yes.
Yes.
You nailed us perfectly.
We don't have any children. That is the answer to a lot of questions. We don't have any children,
right.
So
therefore,
yes,
and you all with children understand
right.
why.
We don't have to pay for cars or college or weddings or all those things that people with children do. So I think we kind of hit our middle ages, and
I'm not sure.
Decided that we had this dream that we wanted to be renovating these houses, and so just started doing it, realized that we had some money to invest.
We started slowly just doing houses for ourselves and really enjoyed it.
We need our own TV show. Thank you, Catherine. That's kind of in the work. I mean,
should we tell them about our?
We should probably tell them about our opportunity, and so you guys maybe can email people. I don't know.
Yeah.
But
Y'all
anyway,
let's
finish that. Let's finish that first question. So
okay.
yes, we were going we've always loved old homes, and our lifelong dream has been able to kind of do this for a living. And it looks like maybe at our age, we're kind of getting to that point. So it's really exciting. Kat wants to know if we're going to sell the house after it's done. No. At least not right away. I don't see us selling her. She's going to be a bed and breakfast. A real bed and breakfast, not an Airbnb. We're going to have an innkeeper who's going to be there full time and
making breakfast,
but then doing maybe a little restaurant out of her as well. She will be a single family residence, and hopefully a real centerpiece for downtown Louisville.
Yeah, I mean Louisville's beautiful downtown area.
Yeah. Sorry. Always wanted to rehab since I was a child, so I'm curious about your path. Do you want to cover that?
Well, I mean, like I said, yes, we started with a house built in 1933 that we were talking about. We actually had plans drawn to build a new old house.
Yeah.
That, she loves old houses. We were going to build a new one. And then she found this one built in 1933, and it was beautiful. The price was right.
I had the exact floor plan of the one we were going to build. Like, exactly.
And
do you remember that?
No.
It did. Well, I walked in and I was like, this is the house we were going to build, so why would we build it?
But it just needed some cosmetic work, really.
Yeah. So we started small.
So we started small, and we did the cosmetic work, and then how many years in, and we did pretty big rehab to it.
And then we lived there for 12 years, and at about year 9, we did a huge
remodel.
So it had this really awful 1950s den at the back of it, and we went in and did that. That's the first time we did huge stuff. Like we changed that into a master suite. We reconfigured the kitchen. We added a guest bath.
Worked on the entryway.
Yeah.
So
opened up. That was the first time we'd ever busted out walls and saw that. Oh, all you got to do is put some support in there.
Did some of the work ourselves.
Yeah.
Probably less than we do now.
Yeah.
So we did that, lived in it another 3 or 4 years, and then we sold it to buy this that you've seen.
That we're sitting in now, and it was
bad.
Bad. Y'all, I say there's no such thing as a teardown. This house might have been a teardown.
No.
Really.
Obviously it wasn't, because we brought it back to life.
This is the one that we jacked up the entire house and had to put a whole new foundation under.
Right.
And then everything else was bad. The entire west wall was termite eaten. We had to replace every stud in our bedroom.
And water damage also.
Water damage. There was a 6x. If you guys haven't heard me tell the story before, we pulled up the carpet in the bedroom where the woman's bed was that she was sleeping on every night, and there was a 6x6 hole to the dirt under the carpet. The carpet had been holding her bed up. And in the there was one bathroom, and we could tell the floor was really saggy when we bought the house. We're like, ooh, this linoleum is saggy. We pull up the linoleum, every floor joist was just rotted.
Yeah.
Like the linoleum that was nailed to the walls was what was holding up the bathroom.
Right. Well, the kitchen was terrible too.
Well, it wasn't, but it was functional at least. The bathroom plumbing was just running under the house. It
Yeah,
wasn't
don't tell
connected to the
anybody.
sewer. So this house.
Yeah, so this really broke us in.
Yeah.
But then, like I said, it's just like the Florida house. When we got on the other side of it, it's such a great feeling of, man, look what we did. It's beautiful. It's
Yeah.
a great accomplishment.
And anything can be done.
Yeah.
I think this house is the one that made us realize nothing is so broken it can't be fixed.
Then we bought another one in Georgia that was mostly cosmetic, and then...
Well, you missed Florida.
Well,
Florida was huge.
yeah,
We
Florida
bought
was before.
a
That's
gorgeous
right.
home on Amelia Island in Florida. That's Fern. So those of you who are following along the posts, Fern is in Fernandina Beach, Florida, and she was almost as bad as Louise. Not quite, and she was kind of deceptive because you walked in, and it didn't look awful. I mean, there was a hole in her roof. It was raining
roof was
inside.
bad.
But she was one that we started opening up the walls, and we're like, oh, look, the electricity's all duct taped together. So,
Right. Yeah, we thought we'd have to do just a little bit of electrical, ended up doing
little
all
bit
new
of plumbing.
electrical. Yeah, and so it was a big job.
Yeah, she ended
And
up being
the
basically
kitchen
a
that we
full
turned into
gut.
a master bath too. So it was a big job. But again, we got on the other side of it. It was gorgeous. We
Yeah.
loved it. Loved spending time down there.
Yep.
Ultimately, it was too far for us.
15 hours, that's a long way.
Yeah, and so we did sell that one after living in it for a couple of years,
Yeah.
partially here and there. Then we bought one in Cave Spring and Georgia, and it needed just a little cosmetic work, and then we went back after Louise.
Yes, got Louise. So we've done this a few times. We're not, pros by any stretch of the imagination.
And we don't do this
but-
for a living yet.
Yet.
We kind of hope to. We'd love to.
So let's see. BS Lomac says, my husband and I have done 3. I feel like it's a pain, but it's
Right,
the
yeah,
rewards
that's-
are worth it more
that's
than
exactly
anything.
what
That
we
is
said,
so
yeah.
true. That is so true. EK Day says, I would watch the show. Good. We may even give you someone to reach out to and let you guys know. Have them reach out to them and say, we really want this show. I don't know.
Yeah, we'll find out.
We'll find out and find out who you guys should reach out to. So we really want this show. Real quickly, we'll give you just a little heads up. The day we bought Louise, we had a production company from LA that actually flew out, filmed us all day long, put together a sizzle reel, and they are going to market Louise as a show. So fingers crossed.
And did an amazing
Oh
job.
my gosh,
and
y'all.
yeah, that was so good.
They're a husband and wife team, and they've won like 3 Emmys. They're, first of all, just
Been
amazing
involved with a lot of big
people.
shows that you know.
Yeah, like I fell in love with them as a couple. I had been so
Sweet.
sick the day
And a
before.
little baby and a little
yeah,
baby
little
dog.
baby, and they brought their dog Noodles, and I love him so much. But
Yeah.
anyway, they're great people. So we hope we get to work with them. We hope almost as much that we get to work with them
Right,
as we get
for
a
sure.
show. We were contacted by we had 3 production companies that reached out to us, and this was the one that just felt like the right fit. You know how that is? Like some people you really really like from the beginning. And it just felt like a really good fit. So
She knows houses, I think.
yeah. So who will run Louise's bed and breakfast when she's ready? Do you want me to
don't-
answer that?
Yeah, that's for you. This
I'm
is
trying to let him answer some because I thought.
That's okay. You can talk. But yeah, nothing's finalized. Obviously, we've got a long way to go before we're done with this. But
I have a really great friend that I met, like 12 years ago
Yeah,
through
12 years ago.
a way that people who are not in the South are not going to understand, but through beauty pageants. If you have something snarky to say about that, just suck it back into your mouth and swallow it down because I don't want to hear it because we can debate that all day.
oh, that would be bad.
But that's how Angela and I met. She is a dear friend. She has a heart for hospitality. More than I do. Like I like to meet people and I like to be friends with people, but I don't really want to. We laugh all the time. We watch home improvement shows and they're always like, we love to entertain. And we're like, no, stay at our house.
Oh, hopefully someone relates with that instead
Right?
of goes, oh, they're terrible.
They're
people.
terrible. No, we love people. We don't really like people in our house as much. I gotta clean it. I gotta make sure the dogs are outside.
Yeah, really.
Oh.
When you have as many dogs as we
Yes.
do, you'll understand.
So I think Angela and her husband Jared are going to do the innkeeping, and we're actually talking to them about doing a restaurant there as well. So anyway, is the roof pitch the steepest you've ever seen?
Oh my gosh, yes.
Huh. 1812.
That's insane.
I don't know that there's a steeper roof pitch unless you're talking about actually scaling up the side of a mountain.
Yeah, and you know, there are a lot of houses out there that you look at them and you're like, oh, that house is all roof. This one is all roof, but
It's
it's
all roof.
so beautiful.
Yeah.
Like, it really looks good because a lot of them, usually I think that and I go, yeah, I don't like all roof houses.
He hates all roof houses.
Right.
Hates them.
But
There's something special about
Yeah.
our girl
Mhm.
that...
And it's another
Beautiful.
reason that the shingle that we chose was so important to really pick the right one and make it look beautiful, because you just put any kind of gray architectural shingle on there was not going to look
Can you
right.
imagine how bad that would look?
Right. So yeah, it did cost us a lot more, but we definitely feel good with our
Yeah.
choice.
Really, really good. Demogorgon, oh my gosh, I love your username. Wants to know if we're planning on keeping the original character of the house, or are we planning to modernize? We will be keeping the original character. This is a restoration, not a renovation.
Right.
So if you go back and you look at the pictures of Fern that we posted of her kitchen, you can kind of see the same feel that Louise will have in her kitchen. I have said over and over, there is nothing I hate worse than a 150-year-old house with a huge modern kitchen in it. It's anachronistic. I've said it before, I'll say it again. It does not fit. It never fits. It feels uncomfortable to me when I walk into, the house built in 1850 and it has a modern kitchen or a super modern bathroom. Because the problem with modern
Trendy.
is it trendy. Like in
Yeah.
5 years, it no longer looks modern, it looks dated.
Right.
Where classic design,
Yeah. I mean, the tiles and the shelves and everything that we put in that one, I think will last forever.
yeah. When a tile is a tile that they've been making for 150 years, it's going to be in style for another 150.
Right.
So we're not
And we don't
trendy people.
And we don't dislike some of the trends.
No, I
because
love some
we
of
love some of them. But like you said, that in 5 years we may not love them
Yes.
anymore.
Yo, River Rat, what's up, my fellas?
Where are the birds? You don't hear them?
No, they can hear. Surely you can hear them.
Can you hear?
We shut the pocket doors, but it doesn't
Yeah,
help that much.
I know.
Look, y'all, I know the birds are a mess. Please do not send me a message telling me to make the birds be quiet during our videos.
It's not possible.
I mean, I can shoot them,
Yeah.
but
Well,
that's not an option.
it's not a good option.
So they're going to be tweeting in the background. Just think of it as ambient noise. Just think, like if you went outside
Right. Yeah.
and
We're
were
doing
chatting
this
with
from
a
outside.
friend, there would be bird noise.
Yeah.
So there's bird noise.
We tried to reduce it a little bit.
Are we taking applications for an innkeeper? You know what? You never know. It's a couple years down the road. You
Yeah,
never
it's
know
a
what's
long
going to
way
happen
off.
with Angela and Jared. He has a real job, so that may not work out.
Yeah.
We're always open.
And they would have to move also.
Yes. Oh, Simple Leslie.
Thank
Thank
you.
We're just peeps. We're just normal, weird, kind of strange people who happen to buy a house that everybody loves. So do you have a goal of how many homes you would like to rehab, or are you in the process of picking and falling in love with a home? Or do you have a process? It would help if my reading comprehension. So Bianca, I say that I'm an old house collector, which is a bad thing to collect because they're
hard.
expensive.
It's really hard to do.
But we have discovered our formula, I think, is we look at the house, obviously, and then we look at the area. We love small towns.
Yeah. Well, they're going to say now, well, you didn't even go to that house before you bought it. But
I mean, there's a lot you can learn about it.
Yeah.
I mean, this is the 21st century, right? I
Right.
mean, we Google Earth
You
the
get on-
whole town.
you go up and down the streets and you get on Wikipedia and you read
Yep.
about the history in the town. And,
Yeah.
and
how
you
close
talk to
it
some of the
is.
people. And
Yeah, we're
yeah,
not
you get a good feel.
afraid of tiny towns that appear to be in the middle of nowhere as long as they're close to a good metropolitan city. So Louisville is about 30 minutes,
Right.
40 minutes from Augusta, which is a big city. It's very pandemic-y right now, so you don't want to go there. But Augusta is a great city. And then it's 2 hours from Savannah. It's 2 hours from Charleston, right? So I mean, those are great places to be very, very close to.
in Atlanta.
In Atlanta, it's about an hour and a half from Atlanta. So choosing the homes, we look at lots of different things, not just the house. If we looked at just the house,
Yeah.
we would have Like it would be
get in
bad.
real trouble doing that.
Because we would have so many houses. So we try to get an overall picture of the area. And then what we can bring to the area is redoing this home, like especially in Louisville, redoing this home we think is really going to stimulate the economy there. And that is very important to us. We're Southerners, we love the South, but the South struggles economically. A lot of the small towns down here really struggle. And so what can we do to bring tourism into that area? Like our house in Cave Spring, Georgia, it's a tiny town, 1,200 people, but we turned it into an Airbnb, and that thing has been booked solid. So we know that we're bringing people into the area. So that's kind of part of the process too. And then she says, do you have a process for picking and falling in love? Look, here's the deal. I'm in love with every old home out there, and that's not a lie. tell
she
them.
sends me like a dozen a day. Look at this one, look at this one, look at this one. Not just in the United States, but around the world.
Oh, y'all don't even know. How about I want one in France?
In Italy, for sure. And then, we look at Sweden the other day, some beautiful ones. I mean, their houses are beautiful all over the world, and we love all the different characteristics.
Yeah, so this is a really personal question, and I'm happy to answer it because I want you guys to kind of get to know us too and know about us. Amerigo says you guys should have at least one child before it's too late. It is too late. We've been married for almost 24 years. We tried for many years to have children. We had several miscarriages, and we reached a point where we decided that we were very happy, just us, and we could be a complete family, just the two of us and our fur babies. We're very blessed that we have 3 amazing nieces. His brother has 2 daughters. My sister has a daughter. They range in age from like 33 to 12. So we feel like we've been given the experience of parenting. What I've said is I got to be a grandparent without ever having to be a parent.
That's what it is.
So it's really the fun stuff. And we feel like we have those children in our lives to take care of us and support us when we're older. We just didn't have any of our own. And we talked about adoption for a long time, but after you go through the struggle of trying to get pregnant and then miscarriages, just emotionally at that point, when that would have been an option, I don't think I wasn't emotionally strong enough at that point to go through that process. And he was very supportive of that.
Well, and I think after a certain number of years, you start to enjoy what you've got instead of longing for something more.
For sure. I think we realized that we're a family and we're a solid family together, and we love our family the way it is.
Everything together.
Yes.
I mean, yeah.
Yes.
Well, who was it in Louisville that was like, after a while, I figure it's pretty much both of you does everything.
For sure. Yeah. We say we're a symbiotic unit. We're very attached to one another. And I know that our relationship would have been just as beautiful with children, but it would have been beautiful in a different way. And I still feel like I'm dating him, and we've been married 24 years. So I think it's given us a real, it's given us a different kind of marriage than a lot of people have, but a really great one.
Yes. Oh my goodness, now I got lipstick on.
So Julian Ray says, yes, a show. We hope. Get on the Travel Channel, the Catherine Bell says. When there's my southern gentleman from the Pacific Northwest, whom I love, but aren't you supposed to be working?
Who is it? Oh.
Right here.
Okay.
So someone says get on the Travel Channel. That's one we actually. We don't think this is an HGTV show. Now, I mean, I'm not gonna not take the HGTV if they come knocking, but I think this is a long-term show. Like many months of showing the progression of the houses coming back to life. And I think the Travel Channel. It's
not the satisfaction that they normally like on those shows,
right.
But I mean, who's to say that they wouldn't enjoy something that's a little bit different?
Yeah.
But we think history is good for this also. Discovery.
And somebody says Chip and Joanna. That would be amazing.
I love Chip and Joanna, absolutely.
Of course, we don't know them. Nobody knows them, but we feel like
somebody knows.
Well, somebody. They have friends, obviously, but they're not us. We just feel like, kind of, spiritually, maybe we have a lot in common with them. I don't know, philosophically, and so it feels like it would be a good fit. But who knows? Who knows? Let's see what else. HGTV, here you come, Nancy. Like I said, I'm not going to say no if they come knocking. Absolutely, come on in. What's the biggest pet peeve as far as the types of modifications people put into historic homes? Look, y'all, you want to see me get cranky?
What is it, glass tile?
No, just the people who want to come in and open up a floor plan.
I knew that's what it was going to be.
Because these homes are meant to have rooms. That is how they were built. It is how they were designed. There are reasons they were designed with separate rooms that had a lot to do with the heating and cooling and the flow. Anyway, But what I love,
conducted certain business in certain rooms.
right, certain
at that
business in
time,
certain
especially.
rooms. Like, so the room floor plans have a purpose that is historically significant. But I read an article the other day that said millennials are eschewing open floor plans. They don't want them anymore. They're done with them. And I was like, yes. You can say whatever you want about millennials. They have got some awesome qualities. So anyway.
So it's just another trend, I guess.
Yeah, for sure. It's just another trend. So Kat Teat says, why do you buy out of state so far away?
Well, it's not necessarily that we don't like the state of Arkansas. I mean, we look in the state of Arkansas.
It's because there are none here.
I mean,
Arkansas
there are
is
some good
very
houses downtown
rural.
Little Rock,
Yes.
especially some really good ones.
Arkansas has 3 million people in the whole state. And this is the highest population we've ever had. So just because of that, there aren't a lot of homes here of the type that we like.
Plus, I mean, okay, getting back into the insane ideas of having several of these old homes around the country, we kind of like to have them around the country that we can go visit the different areas instead
Built-in
of just
vacations.
stay in one place. It's definitely harder
Yeah.
to do a house out of state. It's a lot harder when you can't even go into the state because everybody's
Yes.
on lockdown. But
Look, y'all will understand. Some of y'all will understand this. I'm a Gemini, so I have to have constant change all the time. Something new, something new, something new. I'm like a dog with a squirrel.
except for her husband. She
Except for
keeps-
my husband, who was my favorite.
She
I
keeps
love
him.
him. But I love the adventure of it being out of state. Which is a weird thing that I love. So it's not intentionally done, Kat. It's just that's just how it's ended up, sort of. And I think again because we have the freedom, we're both self-employed, and we don't have children, so we're not nailed to a school district. We're not nailed to an office,
Right.
and we have the freedom to kind of do that. We figured, I mean,
Right.
why not?
We do have family here, so
Yeah.
this is our home base.
Right. Both of our sets of parents live here, and
Right.
my parents are in their 70s. His parents are in their late 70s. So we stay here for that.
They are not in their late 70s. What if they see
76.
this?
I mean, that's over 75, I think.
okay.
Anyway,
Man.
on these 100-year-old houses, you should rehab and install old ceiling fans. We had one in this house on the front porch when we bought it, and somebody stole it off the front porch. Y'all, the thievery that goes on in these houses,
was
you would
cool,
not believe it. It was
too.
so awesome. So yes, Dylan, I would love to have a historic ceiling fan.
So send it to
Yeah,
leave
right?
our address.
Catherine, you're a beauty queen. If you only knew. Google me. I'm kidding. Alden, I'm a senior at the College of Charleston majoring in historic preservation and community planning. My classmates and I love what you're doing. Alden, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. And thank you for dedicating your entire
Y'all come
life
have a
and
field
career.
trip at our
Yes!
house and
oh my gosh, you
and
can
do
totally do
things.
that. So you're in Charleston.
Yeah.
So you're like 2.5 hours away. We should totally...
Yeah. Like they have to drive 2 hours to see a good house when they live in Charleston.
But I mean, this is a rural area. They could,
Yeah.
it's different than being in a metropolitan area. It's
Okay.
a different,
Yes,
it's a
y'all
different
come on over.
style. You
It'll be
guys
fun.
have all the 1700s beautiful homes. This is a Gothic Victorian. I would love to have you guys come over. Message me. Let's work that out. Sound and Frank just joined B&B in Louisville. Yes, B&B. That's what she's gonna be. That's what she's gonna be in the by and by.
Good
In
one.
a few years' time. Good, you guys. Are you gonna live in the house or sell it? It's gonna be a B&B. Are you gonna keep or sell? Keep or sell? Keep or sell? Gonna be a B&B. Gonna be a B&B. Gonna be a B. Glad you can still work on the house during the pandemic, especially with workers who are people of color with no PPE protection. Okay, look, I wasn't gonna say anything about this because I got all kinds of
Oh my gosh.
cranky yesterday because people wanted to come on and tell us. I know, look, he doesn't want me to say anything about it, but I'm going to because y'all are my friends and you're going to feel me on this. First of all, never come on my thread as a white person and make a post saying anything about black folks. No. They're people of color or just, hey, how about just people? You know, there are people working,
I don't know why that matters.
right?
I mean, they're just people.
So you want to get deleted real fast and blocked from the account? Go ahead and say something about black folks. Okay, blocked. Anyway, we made the decision to allow people to work who were family units, who are living together anyway. They're the only team that are on site. They're outside and they're adults. So Here's the deal. People who are self-employed like we are right now are struggling, and people in the construction industry even more so. Then you get into a town like Louisville that has 2,500 people in it, and a county like Jefferson County where there's no construction work going on anyway. It's economically depressed. I cannot say to people, I'm sorry, you can't feed your family because Susie Joe Q in Portland is concerned about that you might be exposing people to the pandemic. We are letting people make their own decisions right now about that.
Moving on.
Look, see, he's like, no, we're not gonna talk about that anymore.
Someone loves the birds.
More negative comments than usual today. I hope you guys are sharing. Hope the haters don't get to you. You know, whatever. Haters gonna hate. That's fine. Whatever. That's Oliver.
Sir.
Greetings from the Netherlands. Thank you so much, Monique. It's so cool that we have made this sort of like family.
That's where Peter Pan lives.
No, that's Never
Oh,
Land.
okay. I'm going to have to do something with Ollie. He was going to sit there and whine.
But thank you. Yeah, he's got to go take care of our doggo, who is spoiled rotten. He's a rescue. What's your favorite room to do? Oops, how did I do that? Dang it. Oh no, I've done something terrible to my screen. And I flipped the camera around. Oh my gosh. Okay, so I don't know what I've done.
What'd you do?
Oh, there we go. I fixed it. Sorry. What's our favorite room to do? Probably the bathrooms. I love to do bathrooms.
Oh, look at him.
Oh, hey, this is Oliver.
All right, this is my best boy right here.
This is our best good dog, Oliver. He's precious. I love looking at the old castles in Europe. Bianca, same. I think probably that's our dream restoration someday is a castle in Europe.
Big buddy.
Let's see. It's okay to be just you. I'm in the same boat. Look, that's us.
He's a rescue too.
Yes.
And I'm heartworm free for the first time.
Yes, he was a rescue and we adopted him heartworm positive, and we finally got him heartworm free. So
precious.
Thank you. You guys are so sweet. Thank you. Oh, look, y'all. I think.
Oh, we needed that.
Yeah, I think for people who have had infertility struggles, it's really good to be open about those. I think it's a silent problem, and a lot of women, when they're going through it, feel very, very alone, and that's a big part of the struggle with it. So the more we talk about it, the more we uncover it, the better everybody will feel. Netflix. Hey, I'm down with Netflix too.
Yeah, really.
Do I come across spirits in the homes? Don't ask him because he doesn't believe in it. But yes, I did a whole live on the spooky stories that have happened in our homes. I'll do another one for YouTube that because I didn't save it because I'm an idiot.
All right, see you.
Bye. We'll tell all the spooky stories again and we'll save it. I'm so far behind. Thank you. You're so sweet, y'all. Thank you. Awesome. Braylon Taylor, you're awesome. Love the rooms. I'm a millennial that doesn't like open floor plans.
Yay.
So we have Shayna and Braylon who say, nope, they're not going to open them up. Do you guys watch The Real Housewives? No. I mean, my sister loves it.
There you go. That's all you need to say.
Loves it. I'm not much of a reality TV watcher. I guess I should probably say that.
Well, all the home shows. We do watch a lot of home shows.
Like I don't watch The Bachelor at all. What state do you think has the most beautiful old homes? Well, gosh, that's like asking an artist what their favorite color is.
I would have no idea what state has the most beautiful old homes.
Because the homes in different states are so different.
Yeah.
Like
I don't know. New York has a lot of great
They do.
old homes.
Maine has exceptional homes. Like Illinois has amazing old homes. But then you get down here in the South and you've got Mississippi and Georgia and
Louisiana.
South Carolina and North Carolina. I mean, y'all, and they're different styles of homes. So it kind of depends upon what flavor of ice cream you like. You know, do you like a Cape Cod, or do you like a Victorian Gothic, or do you like a Greek Revival? Pick your state. Yeah, we love mansard roofs. We'd love it if you guys got to come, and we will give Ollie a head scratch for everybody. How many homes have we? I skipped it. How many homes have you redone? 5. So Louise is 5. The most important thing you've learned restoring older homes: how not to kill each other. No, I think for me the most important thing is that anything can be fixed. Don't you think?
Yeah, I mean that's the biggest thing is it looks like such a big project. I really, when I look at it, I think so much work has been done. Yes, you've got to pull this down and put it back up, but that there's still so much that was already there, and with the lumber that you can't get now, the construction is so strong and so solid that's what really makes these old houses something that you can't do today.
But Catherine Bell, she says, okay, cool, I'm empathetic with spirits. My sister, again, in the video I talk about it, my sister's a little touched. Empathic. Sorry, I'm trying to read these really quickly and talk. My sister has a little of the sight, and I don't, and it makes me angry because I'm the one who would like to have it, and she got it, so it makes me a little salty. Kat would love a tour of the house we live in. Okay, here's the deal.
Did we put any photos of the house we live in on?
We haven't yet, but we're also in the second renovation of this house. So we redid it completely 10 years ago, and I decided that I wanted to make some major changes, and our carpenter fell and hurt himself real bad. So it's kind of in a state of turmoil.
And then the outside we are working on also. Just had our dumpster removed like a week ago.
Yeah, exactly. So soon we will give you some pictures of that.
We have plenty to do here, believe me.
Look, you don't have to win the lottery. Somebody says they would love to win the lottery and fix up an old house. You don't have to win the lottery. We actually have, there are ways that this can be done, a project at a time. One of our YouTube videos covers how to kind of finance, how to afford to renovate an old home. Do you have accounts for the other houses you've restored? Somebody else has asked me that, and we don't. We never did it. We never had anybody following us on Instagram before, so that's why I'm kind of trying to incorporate some of the
put some of the before
old ones, on this one. Hey guys,
put some more of this one on.
Hey, I love these wavy hands from cold and rainy Southern California. Hey, so it's been beautiful here. It was like 80 degrees yesterday. Gorgeous.
Hot.
Today it's freezing. Yeah. This is South. She is like a schizophrenic woman. It's ridiculous. So
it's gonna get up to 60.
So
but it was cold this morning.
Thank you so much. Oh, we love the roof too. We're so happy with the roof. It's
Heritage Roofing and Gutters.
Yes.
So if you live in the area, call them.
Seriously, if you live anywhere in the Southeast, Dwan will go and do your roof.
Could not give a higher recommendation to a man than Dwan, whatever his last name is.
Gietzbrecht.
Yes.
Fable. So Fable's with us.
Hey, Fable.
Fable, Willie Candler's Aunt Eve owned Louise. And then their house, actually, her grandmother owned both houses, and then Eve owned both houses. And Fable and her husband, Brian, are redoing the Willie house right across the street from us. And so both of these houses that were in the same family for several years are getting their rehabs together. Now they're way ahead of us, like by 3 years. Yeah. They've got their electrical and their plumbing all
their roof
in.
And their walls.
Look, I'm choking again.
It looks great.
It looks beautiful. So you guys should go check it out on Google Earth.
Yeah, that's great on Google Earth.
It's so fun. Tell them what it does.
So go to Louisville, Georgia, Mulberry Street. You're right block from downtown.
Yep.
So Google, you know, as they drive down the road, they take everything, photos of everything. So one path shows the house needs to be renovated. It's really in bad shape. That's on Mulberry Street. Yep. And then what is it, 7th? 7th Street, which is the crossing street.
You go around the corner.
You go around the corner, and it's like the whole outside is done. It's really cool.
It's such a cool before and after.
But yes. Google before and after. It's awesome.
Let's see. Somebody says it snowed in Michigan, snowed in Canada. You know what? I'm going to say too. Canada is another place I would love to have a historic home. There's several places there I'd love to have one, and it's snowing, and we're so sorry. And that's why we don't do houses up north. We say it all the time.
It's too cold.
We don't like the cold.
It hurts me to watch the shows where they renovate in the cold.
Dang it! That's what I did earlier, and I don't know what to do to get rid of it. Then I flipped it around. What is our favorite? Our favorite style of furniture. I grew up loving. I don't remember what I did to get rid of it the last time either. I grew up loving like Eastlake style, high Victorian. Oh, I loved it. But I've kind of, I think with age, have matured into, I really like Empire now. Just the clean classic lines of that, and even Federal, but it's so expensive that Empire's a little bit easier to afford.
She inspired me. Did you see that one?
To name it Ursula. I love that name. Ursula. My niece, when she was like 3 and just talking, she loved a Little Mermaid, and she would call Ursula Ursisa. So
that's what we always call her.
That's what we call Ursisa. Let's see, there was another couple. Oh, no. What will we do inside? We'll tackle first. So once we get to go back, after things quit being so pandemic-y, we will start taking out the plaster. Not the lab, because we're going to replaster the walls, but we had a lot of water damage, and so we'll be taking out the plaster. That'll be the first thing we do. And then landscaping, do we have any idea what it looked like? And plans for landscape restoration. There wasn't really any. We have old pictures, and Landscaping wasn't.
It wasn't a thing then, really.
I mean, it was, but just not at our house. Like, there's some
No.
beautiful gardens from the period, but our house was more a functional family home.
Our biggest plan, the front yard is not super huge on
it's
it,
pretty
so
narrow.
we'll do just a small bed around the porch. But then the house has got a strange lot. It's actually a big square, and then it has a little square kind of offset to the corner in the back. And so we plan on there to do like a walkway through there and a garden and a fountain and that kind of thing.
Yeah, kind of like hidden
back in
garden
that
back
corner,
there.
yeah. And it's really private back there. So that's going to be our most exciting place of
Yeah,
landscaping.
for sure. And we're gonna do a little courtyard. So the house is a big U, and in between those two back L's, we're gonna do a brick courtyard with a fountain. It's gonna be really, really pretty. So we have plans. That's just like way down the road. The last two houses we did, well, this house and the one in Florida, we landscaped really early, and then landscape kept getting messed up because of all the work. So I'm not gonna do that again. That's a lesson I learned. Don't landscape till the end. How long do you estimate it'll take to finish the house? That depends a lot on what happens with the television show. Left to our own devices, it probably will take 1.5 to 2 years. Just kind of do it as we can, do it as we will. That may change.
Right.
Louise is 5,200 square feet, so she's a big old gal. She's a big strapping gal, as my grandmother would say. And so it's just going to take a little while to get that much space done. How are you going to decorate Louise once she's done? You know, she's a Victorian home.
Don't look at me.
I know, I feel like
know.
She's a Victorian home, but much of her interior is earlier. So much of her interior is like 1855. So when I'm in there, I feel like I'm going to go more empire style furniture, clean lines,
Tall pieces. 'Cause the
It's 14
ceilings
foot
are so
ceilings.
Tall. We've got to have big pieces.
But
in there.
I want the architecture to be, there's so many beautiful architectural things in Louise, her moldings, her window trim, that I want that to be what people see.
Right.
So I think I'm going to keep the decor pretty simple and clean lined. Do I watch Rehab Addict? Yes, I love Nicole Curtis. Oh my God, why would they cover that up? We say it all the time. Let's
No,
see.
we love her.
I
She
love
does
her.
a great job.
She does such a good job. She's one of the ones I really, 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 really like. How did you start doing this? We answered that way earlier in the video, so I'm gonna post this again, like save it in the live, and you go back and watch it because it's a real long answer. Where are you gonna park cars, Fable?
That's a
You know
good
that's
question,
a problem.
yeah.
So around back, we're gonna have to take out one of the magnolia trees, but I think that's all we're gonna have to take out.
I'm gonna dodge around one of the trees. I think. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm a
but
tree hugger, super
So-
tree hugger, so I don't kill any trees. But
Fable knows the lot, so it's the back right corner. We've actually got a little driveway there.
Yep,
that
there's
we
a
didn't
driveway.
even know was there. And the lot goes back further than we kind of thought too.
Yep.
So back there is where we're gonna have
Yes.
to put cars.
Thank you, being Anna. We do love the house. We love it, and we love old houses. It's kind of
Did you
bad.
see that one before?
What did it say?
It said, why not build a real outhouse over the hole?
Look, if the budget gets tight enough, that may happen.
Your bathroom, yes, it's outside.
Yeah, just
Here's a
step
flashlight.
down the stairs.
So watch for the
Go
snakes.
past the fancy fountain and you'll find it. Do you guys collect antiques? Of course, I do. Well, he goes with me because he loves me.
I carry antiques.
He carries antiques and I collect antiques. Absolutely, I have.
That's pretty much, if you
tons of
haven't figured
collections.
out before now, I carry heavy things.
Yeah. Oh, there's my other baby. Hi,
Well, hey,
Gus. How do you find contractors with a skill? That's something else we look at when we're house shopping. So these are things that have to go into your decision to buy a home. Before we decide to buy
Sorry,
a house,
we have so many
our
dogs.
dog, we have 7. Okay, we have 7 dogs, and they all want to be in the video. Yeah, we rescue houses and dogs. Okay. So anyway, we look at the communities to see if the skills exist there, because we don't bring our own crew. Part of what we believe strongly in is giving work to the community and involving the community heavily in the project. And so we find local craftsmen to do the work. So before we buy a house, we make sure that within a driving radius, we've got those kind of craftsmen.
Yeah, you want to make a whole city hate you, come in town, do a lot of work, and don't give your money to the town.
Anybody in the
that's
town.
a bad idea.
No, don't do that. And if you do it, don't tell me you did, because you'll get a lecture. The only old home show I watch is Hometown. I love Hometown.
Oh, yeah.
They do it right too, y'all.
She met them.
I did. I do know Ben and Aaron. They're like so sweet. But Ben and Aaron really do it right. I also love the way Aaron decorates. I love that she uses color and texture and pattern, and doesn't make it
sweet couple too.
And they really love each other, so we like that too. And they're so nice to each other. There's actually a couple shows that we don't watch because we don't like the way the husband and wife talk to each other on the show.
We won't mention those.
No. Okay. Well, those are all the questions. We've gotten to the end, and I hope that we caught everybody. This is the first time we've tried to read and answer at the same time. Does anybody else have a question? Oh, look at all the hearts.
Thank you for the hearts.
Thank you. It really
sweet.
does make us feel good. We did have some real haters come out. The haters seem to come in waves. Like last Tuesday, there were so many trolls, and they are so mean, and it really does personally, emotionally affect me. I'm very sensitive, and I have to call him, and he's like, just ignore it. Just ignore it.
Doesn't bother me at all. Send your hate my way. I don't care.
It does hurt my feelings. I'm very
well, then they'll say
sensitive.
something. Kevin
Feels.
did this, and I'll be.
But thanks for joining us. This was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
And I love that he was here today.
Yeah.
Even though he didn't say much. I'm a talker. So thanks, you guys. Jeff, that's a possibility. We talked about it earlier in the video. I'll see what I can share with you, when I can share it with you about the show, the possible upcoming show, and maybe have you guys send some encouraging letters to people or emails saying we want to see this as a show.
Awesome.
Wouldn't it be fun if we could all do this together?
Pretty good question there.
What is that?
Well,
I live in a large house and I want to start fixing it up. It needs so much. I don't know where to start. I say it's like taking a shower. You wash your hair first and let the soap run down, and then you work your way down. So,
I mean, each house has to be, you have to look at each house individually. Right. I mean, it may have a great roof, and so
if it's got a great roof, you're 2 steps ahead.
Right.
But make yourself a spreadsheet. So the way it kind of should go, obviously you should make sure that your foundation and your roof are secure, because you want to make sure your package is wrapped neatly, right? But then after that, it's really simple. You make your electrical plan, you have your electrician come in. You make your plumbing plan, you have your plumber come in. Once those 2 things are done, then you can come in and have your heat and air guy come in.
You might have to frame up a room before you have your electrical
plan.
I'm just saying,
if there's not, these are just kind of the way the mechanical systems go. Electrical, plumbing, HVAC, those kind of get done in that order. And often they can go simultaneously, but you can do them in order to spread out your budget a little bit. And then, the electrician will have to come back and finish up some things when the plumber's done, and conversely, the plumber will have to come back and just finish up some things when the electrician's done. And then you start worrying about the pretties. So then you close up the walls with your drywall. So then you do your paint. The floors you're going to want to do absolutely last, because if you do your floors before you do your drywall, you're going to have to do your floors again. So if you guys really want, maybe a tutorial on just the order in which you should go, we can do that another day.
It would be very general, but yeah, you can absolutely do that.
Yeah, so we can talk about that one day too if you want.
The other thing is, don't be afraid to try to do some things yourself, because you can do something for the cost of materials. Sometimes you'll have to buy some equipment, some tools.
But you'll use it again.
Yeah, but you'll use it again, and it's really not as hard as you think it might be, just because you've never done it before.
Like the idea
Watch
of replacing,
YouTube videos and learn how.
The idea of replacing a floor joist used to just, if somebody had said to me, you have to have all new floor joists, I would have laid on the floor and cried. Well, now I've discovered that you just pop up the subfloor and you replace the floor joist and then you put it back down again. It's literally no big deal. It's not hard to do.
You can get online and read what the code needs to be.
Yes.
And do it.
Follow your codes. You're good. I mean, there are other accounts that we interact with all the time. There's a lot of people that do their own plumbing. They do their own electrical. Depending on how you're financing, if you're using a loan, they're going to want you to have a licensed contractor for some of those things. Like you have to have a licensed plumber, a licensed electrician. But for construction work, a lot of that you can do yourself as long as you know what your local codes are. So don't be afraid to just to jump into it. But I say you're eating an elephant. You're not even eating a bear. You're eating an elephant. And the only way you can do it and stay sane is to take one nibble at a time. When I was in Louisville, the city administrator, Ricky Sapp, man, that guy is awesome. He's been so, I cannot thank him enough. And I got a little overwhelmed a couple times, and Ricky was there, and he would look at me and he'd be like, just nibble, just nibble, just nibble.
What a great guy.
Right, just a great guy.
Love
So
him.
look at it as a just nibble, just nibble.
Did you see that? I would get cable just to watch that show. I love that.
That's awesome.
There you want it.
Okay, let's see. I can't wait to take the bed and breakfast. We can't wait. Seriously, we can't wait to have you guys. I'm going to try to be there like when we first open. We're going to try to be there a lot so we can
There'll be one less room.
meet a lot of people. Or we'll stay in an Airbnb somewhere else and let you guys all have the rooms. Because I really want to meet. I feel like I've made a lot of friends already.
Oh, I know.
On
I
here,
can't
like
wait.
people that are like I think of as friends, and so I can't wait to
I would
meet
love
you
that.
guys.
It would be
Right?
so much fun.
We'll have a big party. We'll have a big party. We'll invite everybody. Hope everybody can come. Let's see. My sister introduced me to your account. Oh, how fun! Oh, there's Deb. Deb. Okay, so Deb Sparrow. You guys. First of all, she's a producer in LA, which is amazing. Her job blows my mind. But she has written a book called Call Your Daughter Home. I just read it last week. So my favorite novel in the history of novels is To Kill a Mockingbird. I mean, like I could read it every day. And Deb's book, To Call Your Daughter Home, is in that same sort of Southern great literature that I love you, Deb, but I'm not saying you're the next Harper Lee. But it is in that, it gives you that same feeling. It is a beautifully written work of art, and you guys all should read it. So everybody go read Deb's book while you're suffering from the pandemic. Let's see, tutorial. Okay, we'll do the tutorial. Everybody's gonna come. I'm so glad we'll have so much fun. Okay, so we have now been on here for 45 minutes, which
really?
is insane.
Oh my
You guys are amazing for joining us on this crazy, nearly hour-long talk. Instagram will kick us off in an hour, so we probably should wrap up.
Yes, that's 45 minutes. I can't believe it's been that long. Really?
Yes, really. We started
Oh my
at 12:45.
gosh, I thought it was like 10
You
minutes.
guys are
Thanks, guys,
amazing.
for all your support.
Wait, I want to answer that. Will y'all be doing any volunteer work days? And that would love to come help. A lot of people have asked that.
Hey, landscaping, come on out.
Well, and like we gotta clean and we gotta clear out stuff. So maybe
yeah.
once the pandemic's over, we'll have a hooray the pandemic is over party at Louise, and anybody who can get to Louisville, Georgia, we'll just work around the house
Wear your
together,
work
and I'll
clothes.
feed you because we're Southern and we feed everybody. So we'll have a big party and work in Louise and eat together. So thanks you guys.
Happy Easter.
Happy Passover, happy Easter. Stay safe, stay home, stay healthy, and we'll see you guys soon.
Bye.
Bye.